Okay, here we are at the, this is Serradumbre, where it turns, and actually the center of this road here is part of our property. And let's turn around the bend. You see Tristan, Wes are down there. So our property spans both sides of this road, goes to the right down to that road. It's narrow here but widens out as we go further south. And then up to the left of the shot here, it goes quite a ways to the left. There's another little not used access road that's totally on the property and private. This is considered public access, but pretty much the only thing that comes through here are cows. You can see along the sides here there's lots of ferns, blackberries, or coffee trees, a variety of different growth. And what I like is come up over here, and if it'll focus out there, video, there is just fantastic view down that direction towards Los Angeles and San Luis. Yeah, this is you'll hear motorcycle stuff coming up here because it's actually a busy time in the area, because right up here they're still doing coffee harvest. This is pretty much the last week for coffee harvest because of the altitude where we are. It means that the higher the altitude, the later the harvest, and we're pretty much the highest in the area. This road down below, if it focuses, is the road that we walked up on. Nice large trees. So you've seen other photos and video from, we were down at Dave's farm, and these are the trees that you see up at the top. So we're at the top of his farm. These trees right in the frame now are, coffee trees, and which will all be taken out and replaced with brand new trees. This is that access road I was talking about, that totally private. We're going to actually change the direction of that. Take out that dead tree, the way I understand it, take out the dead tree, and then we're going to cut a road to the left over here, and then it's going to gradually go up pretty much the length of the property to give access for coffee. Coffee will be grown everywhere you see here on this property. There's going to be coffee, as well as bananas and apricots and a host of other trees. But the road will cut over here on the side. And way in the distance there, in the center of the frame, let's see, there's those trees. In the center of this frame, there's a tree down there. That's the end of the property. That's that oak tree that I've taken pictures of. It's what I would consider like the center of the property. We're up at 1,600 meters right now, which, you know, anything above 1,200 meters for coffee is actually really, anything above 1,200 meters altitude is great for coffee. So if you look down this way, you can see there's a bit of weeding to do. Which will all be done, actually. Hopefully in the next 2-3 months. The property goes to that tree along this fence line. To the right of this fence is Dave's newly acquired property. And to the left, all the way down this hill, is, if you take from the end of this fence here, where that tree is, and it's kind of a diagonal line down pretty much where the end of the shading is, the shade area on the ground there, you see shade. Diagonal line down to the road. All this right now is actually blackberry and fern. Tons of blackberry. Here's this fence here is the old property line that was mismarked, and that will be taken out. And then everything around it will be weeded. And you can see the view. This is pretty much the high point, the highest point of this property. Let me get up to the highest point, which is right about here. You can see some of the same view that I shot before. Let's look over here. We'll start over here looking northwest, and we'll take a panoramic. You see the big cluster of trees and the tree line that separates our property from Dave's. And then here's what I'm going to shoot. What you're seeing now is Dave's fence line and his newly acquired property. Let's just keep going around. This is just a fantastic view. It's a little hazy right now with the clouds, and of course the video is not great with the sun pointing right at it, but Poas volcano would be right up out that way, up there. Kind of nice. You can see the clouds rolling in over here. There you have it. It's a great piece of property, commanding views, and maybe the next time we view this, it's going to look totally different. Waddy's going to try to keep as many of the large trees as possible, certainly the healthy ones. And we'll be planting at least 200 more, other than coffee trees, with The initial planting so far is going to be at least 2,500 to possibly 4,000 trees. Come up here in the evening and check out the sunset.